তো আমার মা আমাকে দিয়ে দিয়েছে আলটিমেটাম, অ্যাকর্ডিং টু উইচ যেখানে টাইমস অফ ইন্ডিয়া বা যে কোনো ইংলিশ নিউজ পেপার যেটা বাড়িতে জমা হচ্ছে এবং কন্টিনিউয়াসলি জমা হচ্ছে, আমি আমার আলস্যতার কারণে অথবা সময় না পাওয়ার কারণে আমি পড়ে উঠতে পারছি না পুরো পেপার। কখনো কোনো দিন এরকমই থেকে যাচ্ছে যে পুরো পেপারটা ভাঁজ করাই থেকে কোনো পড়া হয়ে উঠছে না। তো মা বলেছে যদি যতদিন এরকম পেপারের না মানে ভাঁজ না খোলা, পেপারের ভাঁজ যতদিন না পর্যন্ত খোলা হবে বা এইটা যত বাড়তে থাকবে এই স্তূপটা, তা তো আমাকে কিন্তু সেই স্তূপ অনুযায়ী যখন এটা আমার ওয়েটের অবধি পৌঁছে যাবে বা আমার ওয়েটের অর্ধেক অবধি পৌঁছে যাবে, তখন পেপারগুলোকে না বরং আমাকে তুলে বাড়ি থেকে বাইরে ফেলে দেওয়া হবে। সো এটা যাতে না হয় তার জন্য আমি শুরু করছি নিউজ রিডিং, যেখানে আই উইল মেক ইট আ হ্যাবিট। আজকে একটু দেরি হয়েছে, কিন্তু অন্যদিন এটা আরও সকালবেলা আসতে চলেছে। আজকে বেলা অলমোস্ট 12টা, কিন্তু আমরা এবার থেকে 9টা থেকে শুরু করব। আর সেখানে আমরা শুরু করবো ডেইলি নিউজ পেপার রিডিং। তো চলো দেখা যাক টাইমস অফ ইন্ডিয়া স্পেসিফিক্যালি কিছু কিছু গুরুত্বপূর্ণ খবর কী কী আছে, এবং আমি কিন্তু সেগুলো পুরোটাই ইংলিশে রিড আউট করবো, অ্যান্ড আই উইল নট এক্সপ্লেন ইট। তো এখানে দুটো হেল্প হবে। আই উইল বি রিডিং দ্য নিউজ পেপার, তো আমাকে সেই আমার শাস্তি থেকে আমি বাঁচতে পারবো। আর দ্বিতীয়ত হচ্ছে যে তোমরা ইংলিশ শুনতে পারবে, এবং যারা যারা পাবলিক স্পিকিং বা ইংলিশ জানা বা শেখা স্টার্ট করছো তারা প্র্যাকটিস করতে পারবে হিয়ারিং ইংলিশ, কারেক্ট শুনতে শুনতে কীভাবে ইংলিশ বোঝা যায়, রাইট? সো লেটস স্টার্ট। হোয়াট এভার হ্যাজ রিটেন ইন হিয়ার I will be explaining it to you, right? Not I will be reading it to you. Okay. তো ফার্স্টলি চলে আসি ইম্পর্টেন্ট একটা যে রয়েছে ইন্টারন্যাশনাল যে নিউজ, দ্যাট ইজ চিকেন স্নেক ইনফ্রা স্টেট টু ট্রান্সফার 54 acres. বেঙ্গল ক্যাবিনেট অন থার্সডে স্টেট ট্রান্সফার করছে 54 acres টু বেঙ্গল সেন্ট্রালকে। কি বলছে দেখো, চিকেন নেককে কীভাবে বাঁচানো যায়। Chicken snake infra state to transfer 54 acres. Bengal cabinet on Thursday decided to hand over nearly 54.2 acres in North Bengal to BSF and SSB on a perpetual transfer basis to strengthen before infrastructure in the strategically sensitive Siliguri corridor, popularly known as the chicken snake. In its first meeting on May 11, the state cabinet had decided to transfer nearly 600 acres to BSF within 45 days. Oh, great decision. CM Shubhendu Adhikari said of the 2,217 kilometer border with Bangladesh, around 600 kilometer is unfenced. সত্যি এতটা 2000-এরও বেশি কিলোমিটার কিন্তু আনফেন্সড রয়েছে, এবং তার জন্য সেটাকে কি করছে দেখো ট্রান্সফার করছে। লেটস কামিং টু page number 5. Continuation from page 1. 50% beds to be reserved. Okay, no, sorry. Where is it? The fifth number, na? 4, 5. Continuation of not for perpetual transfer of 54 acres of 45 chicken snake land parcel in 6 border districts to be handed over to BASF and SSB. কোন বর্ডারের কথা বলছে দেখা যাক। The Bengal cabinet on Thursday, chaired by CM Shubhendu Adhikari, decided to hand over nearly 54.2 acres of land to the Border Security Force and Sashastra Seema Bal on perpetual transfer basis. তো এই ট্রান্সফার বেসিসে কি হচ্ছে দেখো, বলছে দ্য ডিসিশন এইমস টু স্ট্রেংথেন border infrastructure in the strategically sensitive Siliguri corridor, popularly known as the chicken snake. In a statement, the state government said the cabinet approved proposal for perpetual transfer of 54.2485 acres of government vested lands in different districts like Alipurduar, Jalpaiguri, Darjeeling, Murshidabad, North Dinajpur, Malda in favor of Border Security Forces and Sashastra Seema Bal, Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India, for various purposes like construction of border outposts, border fencing, road, etc. In its first meeting on May 11, the state cabinet had decided to transfer nearly 600 acres of land to BSF within a 45-day timeline. Adhikari said out of the 2,270-kilometer border with Bangladesh, around 600 kilometers remains unfenced. The CM emphasized that his administration wanted fencing along these stretches, even though several parts are riverine. So that Adhikari also pointed out how the previous Trinamool government repeatedly delayed handing over the land to the BSF despite multiple pleas from the Union Home Secretary. Earlier in June, Navarna decided to hand over 32 acres of land permanently to the BSF for border fencing and security purposes, mostly in North Bengal and a senior officialship. The official added that the 54.2-acre land parcel will be transferred to on a perpetual basis without affecting civil civilian habitation and will be restricted to security related establishments and border infrastructure. So সিভিলিয়ানদেরকে অসুবিধা না করে কিভাবে ট্রান্সফার করা যায় এটা বলছে। দেখা যাক নেক্সট জাস্ট আ সেকেন্ড, লেট মি বিউটিফাই আ লিটল। ওকে, বলছে দেখো, the cabinet decision is also aimed at facilitating the expansion of operational and logistical infrastructure for the two central aimed police force like CAPF battalions deployed along the international borders in North Bengal. So the chicken snake is strategical vulnerable as it is barely 22 kilometers wide strip of land in Bengal, serving as the sole link connecting the mainland India to its 8 northeastern states, right? তো নর্থ ইস্টের সাথে জোড়ার জন্য কিন্তু আমাদের ওয়েস্ট বেঙ্গলের চিকেন স্নেকটা কিন্তু খুব ইম্পর্টেন্ট। সো কি বলছে দেখো, bordering Nepal, Bhutan and Bangladesh and overshadowed by China, the Siliguri corridor is critical to national security. So, security. Any disruption to this corridor could jeopardize the country's integrity as it has the potential to completely severe surface connectivity to the entire northeast. BSF guards the India-Bangladesh border in the region, while SSB is responsible for securing the India-Nepal frontier. Over the years, both forces have sought additional land for camps, accommodations, training facilities, and logistical hubs to improve operational readiness amid evolving security challenges. তো বোঝা গেল যে এবারে আশা করি চিকেন স্নেক একটুখানি সেফার হতে চলেছে, কারণ এসএসবির কাছে আর বিএসএফ এর কাছে কমপ্লিটলি 54.2 একর অলমোস্ট এটা চেঞ্জ দিয়ে দেওয়া হবে। আর আমরা জানি, কারণ এই 54 একর্সের মধ্যে আমরা তখন ভালোভাবে দেখতে পারবো। শুধু তাই নয়, আরও যদি স্ট্রেচেস দেখা দেয় যে আমরা বর্ডার যেটা শেয়ার করছি তার মধ্যে অনেকটাই, মানে অনেকটা শেয়ার বলতে 2242 কিলোমিটার কিন্তু নন ফেন্স রয়েছে, মানে ফেন্স করা নেই। ওকে, সো নাও এবার কি বলছে দেখো, এর জন্য অ্যাকচুয়ালি দিস নিউজ এন্ডস হিয়ার। না, এবার এছাড়া এটা তো ছিল ন্যাশনাল সিকিউরিটি উইথ বেঙ্গল, যেটা থাকছে বেঙ্গল কিভাবে ন্যাশনাল সিকিউরিটিকে একটুখানি হেল্প করতে পারছে উইথ ইটস স্পেসিফিক্যাল স্টেপস। নাও আরেকটা আসছি, যেটা ইন্টারন্যাশনাল রিলেশনের ওপরে একটা বড় সড়ো ভাগ। উই নো দ্যাট ওয়াটার ইজ লাইফ, রাইট? And now, how water can play a important role in our international relations. Indus Water Pact to stay suspended, asserts India. Indus Water Pact, it is with Indo-Pak, right? Between India and Pakistan. So till Pak's credibly, irrevocably ends export of terror. যতক্ষণ না ওরা এক্সপোর্ট অফ টেররটা বন্ধ করছে ততক্ষণ পর্যন্ত কিন্তু ইন্ডাস ওয়াটার প্যাক্ট suspended থাকবে। Let's read. New Delhi. India reiterated Friday that Indus Water Treaty (IWT) will be held in abeyance until Pakistan credibly or irrevocably abjures its support for cross-border terrorism. The Ministry of External Affairs said India's position on treaty is consistent. The IWT stands the abeyance in response to Pakistan's continued sponsorship of cross-border terrorism Pakistan must credibly and irrevocably abjure support for the cross-border terrorism, said spokesperson Razdir Jaishwal. Following last year's Pahalgam attack, India put in abeyance the 1960 IWT, saying blood and water can't flow together. So, the remarks followed Pakistan's rejection this week of alleged Indian effort to control rivers by treating water as a strategic asset. So, how can we use this as strategic asset? So, Foreign Office spokesperson Tahir Andrabi said Pakistan rejected India's attempt to invoke baseless allegation of terrorism as pretext for placing IWT in abeyance and obstructing the lawful flow of the Pakistan share. ওকে, চলো দেখা যাক 6 নম্বরে কি বলছে। 6 পাতায়, 6 পাতায় কন্টিনিউশন রয়েছে এই খবরটা। So, weaponization of water, says Pak Foreign Minister. Okay, Foreign Office spokesperson Tahir Andrabi, মানে এটা পাকিস্তানের of course, alleged, let this be very clear, the real issue is not terrorism, the real issue is the growing disposition within the Indian leadership to treat a shared international river system as a strategic asset that can be controlled, withheld, or diverted at will. The World Bank brokered IWT allocates the earnest rivers Bias, Ravi, and Sutlej to India, and the western rivers Indus, Chenab, and Jhelum to Pakistan, with some provisions for India to use the western rivers for limited irrigation and non-consumptive uses like power generation. Pakistan's Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar said India's stand amounted to weaponization of water and could have serious implications for regional peace and security. The seminar was also addressed by PPP's Bilawal Bhutto, who likened India's decision to pause the IWT to blocking of Strait of Hormuz. Okay. তো হরমুজের ওটার সাথে সাথে এটাও কানেক্টেড রয়েছে। উই উইল শিওরলি লুক ইনটু দিস ম্যাটার যে কি হচ্ছে না হচ্ছে। এবার বাকিটা পড়া যাক। নেক্সট, হোয়াট ইজ দ্য নেক্সট ইস্যু অর নেক্সট নিউজ হিয়ার? So, Times of India has stated another. Okay, we have read about a few international relations, right? Now we will get to know about something. Spouse accused of adultery can't invoke right to privacy. Oh my God, says Supreme Court. কি বলছে সবার একটু জেনে নেওয়া দরকার। To maintain their personal lives. Okay, right to privacy under Article 21 of the Constitution cannot be used as a shield to deny the spouse access to mobile call records and details of stay in a hotel to prove adultery. Supreme Court said on Friday as it rejected the plea of a man who alleged that disclosure of such information in court is violative of his fundamental rights. Okay? Oh my God. How? A bench of Justices Manmohan and K. Vinod Chandran upheld the order of Delhi High Court, which ruled that right to privacy was not absolute and is subject to certain reasonable restrictions in case where public interests are involved. Like, High Court relied on a constitution bench order of the Apex Code, which said the freedom to have a consensual sexual relationship outside marriage does not warrant protection under Article 21 or 21 of the Constitutions, right? So, if you are performing adultery, you cannot invoke your right to privacy. That's the news actually. And now continuation to the 13th page of this paper. Let's see what has been written here. So, High Court dismisses plea against... No, this one is not that. High Court, right to privacy subject to reasonable restrictions. This right of privacy under Article 21, the Constitution of India, has to be necessarily subject to reasonable restrictions, especially when the restrictions are in public interest. The Hindu Marriage Act specifically recognizes adultery as a ground for divorce, and therefore it would not at all be in public interest that the court should, on the ground of right to privacy, come to the aid of a married man who, during the subsistence of his marriage, is alleged to have indulged in sexual relationship outside his marriage. The High Court held while approving the order of the Family Court, which directed furnishing of reservation details of his hotel stay and call detail records. So, watch it out, like, watch out yourself, right? Whatever you are doing, you will not get protected by the law where you will invoke your right to privacy. No, no, no. So now, uh, it is kind of news where some industrial uh, is actually showing interest in investing in Kolkata. Actually, it's not the first time. আমরা এর আগে অনেকবার দেখেছি, জাস্ট লাইক নট অনলি টাটা, বাট আমরা এখানে অনেক হাব হতে দেখেছি। উই নো অ্যাবাউট ভিপ্রোজ, টিসিস এন্ড অল, আরও যারা যারা আছে কগনিজেন্স, নিউ টাউনে বা সল্ট লেকে অনেক ভালো ভালো হাব করে রেখেছে। নাও let's know about the next news. বলছে আদানি গ্রুপ to set up rupees 2,500 crore health city in New Town. So আমরা অলরেডি দেখছি যেখানে দিশা, নিওটিয়া, সিএনসিআই এরকম অনেক বড় বড় হসপিটালস আছে। Let's see. The Adani Group will set up a health city in New Town, Action Area 2. Okay, Action Area 2 I know about. With an investment of at least 2,500 crore, this will be the third such facility in the conglomerate will set up in the country after Mumbai and Ahmedabad. Sources close to Nabanna said the Subendu Adhikari government has approved the project, which is likely to be set up in collaboration. I don't know what is the meaning of collaboration. If you know, please write it down. So which is likely to be set up in collaboration with Mayo Clinic of the US, and will come up on a 50-acre plot that is already in with the Adani. The groundbreaking is expected before the pujas. The initial investment could be rupees 2,500 crores, but it may go up. So, said a source. The health city, a not-for-profit initiative, is said to be named Adani Arogya Mandir. Okay, let's see. If it is not for profit thing, so we will be treated there free, like at a free of cost, right? We will look into this matter surely. So the project will include a 1,000-bed super specialty hospital come medical college. The source said it aims to provide healthcare services of international standards and is likely to be developed in technical and knowledge collaborations with Mayo Clinic. The source said. Now, let's see the continuation of 5th page. কোথায় রয়েছে 5th page? Okay. %50 beds to be reserved for the treatment free of cost. Okay. So 50% beds to be reserved, not the 100% one, no? So কি বলছে দেখো, Mayo Clinic, which has been partnering the Adani Group in setting up the healthcare facilities in India, is one of the largest integrated not-for-profit hospitals in the world, with major campuses in Arizona. So not for profit, মানে যেই প্রফিটটা ওরা দেখাচ্ছে সেই প্রফিটটাকে দেখাচ্ছে ওরা যে এইভাবে ডাইলুট করছে। Look, there will be something. Okay, Arizona, Florida and Minnesota-তেও আছে এরকম। Sources said half the beds in the Newtown hospital will be reserved for the patients who will avail for free treatment. Yeah, বাট আমাদের কলকাতায় তো অলরেডি এরকম অনেক অনেক মানে সরকারি হসপিটাল আছে যেখানে পুরোটাই ফ্রি বেডস। তো যদি সরকার আর আদানিরা মিলে এরকম কোনো কাজ করছে উইচ ইজ অ্যাকচুয়ালি বড় বড় হসপিটাল, সুপার স্পেশালিটি হসপিটাল, আমার মনে হয় সেখানে 100%ই ফি, অ্যাটলিস্ট 75% তো ফি হওয়া উচিত। 50% ইটস অ্যাকচুয়ালি লেসার হিয়ার। পড়ে গেল রে, জাস্ট ওকে। বলছে, sources said half the beds in Newtown Hospital will be reserved for the patient who will avail the free treatment. Who will avail of the free treatment. The hospital will offer advanced robotic surgeries and features an IT-enabled smart hospital management system. The idea is to create a world-class facility so people here do not have to go to other states for treatment. Okay, said a source. The project seeks to fill systemic gaps rather than compete with existing hospitals. Okay, সিস্টেমিক গ্যাপগুলোকে কভার করবে রাদার দেন মানে এখানের ইয়ের জন্য। ওকে, উই উইল শিওরলি লুক ইনটু দিস, যে কতটা কি এগোচ্ছে, আদৌ আদানি এখানে এসছে প্রফিটের জন্য নাকি নন প্রফিট কিছু করতে চাইছে। ওকে, নেক্সট হোয়াট এভার ইজ দ্য নেক্সট উই উইল শিওরলি লুক ইনটু দ্যাট ম্যাটার। হ্যাঁ, নাও after this kind of news which is can be a surprise or a good news someday, there is a bad news actually. Child abuse ads on Insta. No, it's not a bad news, but actually a reminder. দেখো কি বলছে, child abuse ads on Insta. Government to summon Meta. কি বলছে, government is set to summon Meta after reports alleged paid ads, যেখানে paid ad রয়েছে on Instagram promoted child sexual abuse material in India. So it's of course a bad thing to have in India. Instagram এর মধ্যে child abuse টাকে paid ad এর মধ্যে দেখা হচ্ছে। Oh my god. And আমি I have seen such posts where I have reported and I opted that there is being sexual abuse or sexual abuse of child sexual abuse. So I have reported that. But Meta or Instagram, whatever, has refused that report. Okay, so I almost 3 or 5 or 4 time I have faced this kind of rejection of reports. So look, government is said to summon Meta কে summon করতে চলেছে after reports alleged paid ads on Instagram promoted child sexual abuse material in India. IT Minister Ashwini Vaishnav has directed Mateway officials to seek a formal explanation from the company, sources said Friday. Officials said Mateway will ask Meta to explain how Instagram's review system cleared such ads, if checks were done before they went live, and what actions was taken after the matter was flagged. Mateway may seek details of the company's ad screening mechanism and safeguards to prevent a repeat. Okay, so I'm a little bit assured now that they will be asked for the answers, like why they have allowed such notions. Okay, so it is continued on the 13th page of Times of India. Where is it? 7. Disabled ads or accounts blocked violating URLs, says Meta. So continued from the page 1, ABBC investigation said Instagram showed paid promotions in India using explicit terms and links leading users to Telegram channels where child sexual abuse materials were allegedly being sold. Oh my god. The report said the ads appeared on an India-based account and promotions had passed Instagram's moderation systems. How can this kind of promotions have can pass this Instagram moderation system. So it is surely be so loose or so fragile. Maybe Meta said it had disabled multiple ads and accounts and blocked violating URLs, stressing it has a zero tolerance policy for soliciting or sharing CSAM, which is child sexual abuse material, including in ads. Look, there are few posts where this kind of verbal abuse or sexual abuse to child is being done, and many of us have reported, but somehow it got passed from that. So yeah, Instagram has to do something with this. At least they have to improve their uh, screening system, the reporting system, right? Now, average Kolkata home buyers. So it is a special news for Kolkata home buyers, at least home buyers. So look how it has been helpful for Kolkata home buyers. Average Kolkata home buyer spends a quarter of income on EMIs. Income quarter dite hocche, so it is said to be lesser than any other cities of India. Kolkata emerged as India's second most affordable housing market among 8 major cities in June 2026. Jan to June 2026. According to Knight Frank India's affordability index, the city's EMI to income ratio was 25%, indicating an average home buyer spends 1/4 of income on home loan EMIs. This is way below the 50% affordability threshold, beyond which banks are reluctant to underwrite mortgages. ভাবতে পারছো? So, কলকাতা affordable বাকিদের থেকে. Ahmedabad remained the most affordable housing market in the country with an EMI to income ratio of 23%. যেখানে আমাদের এখানে ইনকাম এর সাথে যদি তুমি EMI এর রেশিওটা দেখো, তাহলে মানুষের যতটা ইনকাম হচ্ছে তার 25% spend করতে হবে. So continuing to the second page, look, it has been written here in the section Times City. So in this city section, it is written. Average home buyer in Kolkata spends a quarter of monthly income on EMI, city's second most affordable housing market. The city emerged as India's second most affordable housing market among 8 major cities in Jan-June 2026, according to the Knight Frank India's affordability index. The city recorded an EMI to income ratio of 25%, indicating that an average home buyer spends 1/4 of household income on home loan EMIs. This is comfortably below the 50% affordability threshold, beyond which banks are generally reluctant to underwrite mortgages. Ahmedabad remained the most affordable major housing market in the country with an EMI to income ratio of 23%. Kolkata followed at 25%, Pune at 28%, Chennai at 29%, and Bengaluru stood at a 35%. Oh my god. So while Hyderabad recorded 41%, NCR and Mumbai continued to remain unaffordable, with buyers spending close to 70% of their income in home buying. Oh my god. So their income of EMIs has been most of the income is actually spent in this. NCR's affordability ratio was 67%, while Mumbai was 69%. Oh my goodness. So the index assumed a loan tenure of 20 years and a loan to value ratio up to 80% of the property value. It factors in average home loan rates, city level average unit sizes, and weighted average property prices based on unsold inventory. Of course, যেখানে যত বেশি ফেসিলিটি হবে সেখানে ডিমান্ড তত বাড়বে, আর সেই হিসাবে সেখানে বাড়ি কেনার ডিমান্ড বাড়লে একটা জিনিসের জন্য যদি 5টা বায়ার থাকে, তাহলে অফকোর্স whoever will beat the higher, he will get the chance to buy that home, right? দ্যাটস ওয়াই ইন এনসিআর or মুম্বাই, যেখানে সুযোগ অনেক বেশি, অপরচুনিটিস আর হায়ার দ্যান দিস কাইন্ড অফ সিটিজ, তো সেখানে কিন্তু অফকোর্স আমরা দেখবো যেমন পলিউশন বেশি হচ্ছে তেমন কিন্তু ওখানের দাম বেশি হচ্ছে। তার জন্য এই যে রেশিও অফ মানে ইনকাম টু তোমার হোম মানে ইএমআই টু ইনকামের যে রেশিওটা is almost near about 70%, which is actually unaffordable. Kolkata's affordability remained largely stable over the past 4 years, with the ratio staying between 25% and 26% since 2021. The city saw a marginal improvement from 26% in 2024 to 25% in 2025 and H1 2026, reflecting that the relative balanced trend, half of the 2026 is showing, reflecting a relatively balanced trend in home price, income growth and borrowing costs. So now let's know about the next part of this, is that over a period of time, prices of houses as well as offices have gone up across the country. Kolkata has not seen the same kind of price surge. As a result, it presents in itself as a very attractive place for companies to locate themselves, as not only their cost of operations will be lower, the employees are also able to access quality housing at much lower price than in other cities. So said Credai Kolkata President Apurva Salarpuria. Kridai Bengal President Sushil Mota, however, said that when up to 35% of a property's price goes to the government before land and construction costs are added, affordable housing becomes an urban myth. We can't build for the future when the tax burden blocks the foundation, said Mota. That's also a true thing. Knight Frank India said affordability across the most Indian residential market remains supportive in half of the 2026, first half of 2026, aided by the cumulative impact of 125 basis points of monetary easing. 6 of the 8 tracked cities stayed within the affordability benchmark, while Mumbai and NCR continued to exceed it. Knight Frank India CMD Shishir Bajal said housing affordability remains a key driver of residential demand. The cumulative benefit of lower interest rates continues to support home buyers across most markets, helping sales remain close to post-pandemic highs. Over the years, affordability gains have moderated, mostly due to the rise in property prices. However, healthy employment, stable incomes, and supportive financing conditions continue to underpin demand. Going forward, sustained income growth and balanced market fundamentals will be critical to maintaining housing affordability and supporting long-term market growth. That was about um, home buying situation in Kolkata. Now, there is actually a breakthrough of something. Let's look into this. So it is also good news. 3-month-old back home after surgery to remove cancerous tumor. Look, see, it is a baby. The only 3 months old baby. Okay, a baby girl from Tripura born with a dumbbell-shaped tumor on her chest wall, got a fresh lease of life in Kolkata after a life-saving surgery on the 12th day of her life by doctors at Narayana Hospital, Howrah. The baby, who is now 3 months old, is growing up well back home in Agartala. Okay, so when she got operated, she was at only 12 days older. So the doctors found that the tumor is a rare congenital malignant tumor. The young couple, a bank employee and his homemaker wife from Agartala, were over the moon when the wife conceived for the first time. But their joy soon turned into heartbreak when the fetus was detected with a huge tumor on the chest with impending respiratory diseases. Oh my god. So, the fetal defect was detected during the routine antenatal screening. So we know about the USG screening. Similar to that, the fetal defect was detected during the routine antenatal screening, anticipating possible complications around delivery. The expecting mother was referred to NIH in March this year. The MRI scan at the Howrah hospital showed the huge mass arising from the chest engulfing ribs on the left side of the shoulder bone with severe compressions of the left lungs. Doctors said the baby was surviving on only one lung with impending life-threatening complications. Due to the rarity of the fetus's condition, the hospital drew up a team of specialist doctors, Gautam Chakravarti, pediatric and newborn surgeon. So these names are really important. If we somehow will need these names, so we can search it online. So let's see which doctors were involved in this um, daring surgery. So Gautam Chakravarti, pediatric and newborn surgeon; Sumana Datta, obstetrician; Akhileshwar, neonatologist; and Shubhadeep, pediatric intensivist. Okay, these one, two, three, four. These four doctors were involved in this surgery and in this treatment of this little baby, little angel. Doctors said that while the congenital defect in the fetus did not pose any health risk to the mother, the threat was on the baby after delivery as the tumor was compressing the lungs. Taking all precautionary measures, the doctors ensured a safe delivery of the girl child. While the delivery was done without many hiccups, the doctors found the baby in respiratory distress. The pediatric surgery team waited for 11 days for the baby to stabilize. On the 12th day, the team conducted the surgery where the anesthesia team, led by Piali Ghosh, ensured the safety of the 12-day-old. So the importance of anesthesiologist is there too, because a correct anesthesia can surely be needed in any kind of surgery, because any wrong in that procedure can surely cause life threat, right? So um, following the standard treatment protocol for such tumors, we removed the part that was compressing the lungs and causing respiratory distress, said Chakraborty. A biopsy revealed the tumor to be congenital embryonal rhabdomyosarcoma, a cancerous growth arising from the rib cage and muscles of the chest. So doctor said this is an extremely rare soft tissue cancer present at birth that can present as a growing mass in sites like the head, the neck, or the urinary tract too, in addition to the chest wall. So this is an extremely rare tumor in newborn. Only 15 to 20 such cases in 100 in newborn have been reported worldwide. Okay, worldwide 15 থেকে 20 হয়. So said Devmallo Banerjee, Chief Oncopathologist, Narayana Health Hospital. Okay, so she was under observation in the hospital for 2 weeks. Post-operative ventilations and intensive therapy was done under guidance of Shubhadeep Das. With gradual improvement, the baby was discharged after 2 weeks but was under regular follow-up during the recent checkup. Doctors were satisfied with the treatment outcome. The baby is gaining weight, which is a truly positive sign for the parents as well as the baby's health, and growing up well. But she will be under our regular follow-up and review, as she might need another surgery or chemotherapy at a later stage to ensure the cancer does not return, added Chakraborty. So there, as we have known about this by reading this news, যে ফিরে আসতে পারে, কারণ ক্যান্সারটা চেস্টের সাথে সাথে হেড অথবা ইউরিনারি ট্র্যাক্ট অথবা নেকেও ছড়াতে পারে, তার জন্য কিন্তু এর দরকার আছে আবার ফার্দার কেমোথেরাপি। সো doctors said that the treatment for this congenital condition is highly specialized and generally requires a multidisciplinary pediatric team to balance eradicating the cancerous mass while protecting a newborn's developing organs. The treatment protocol includes surgery and chemotherapy. That's it. So, এরপরে কি দিয়েছে? Low pressure gather strength, heavy rain tomorrow. So, yeah, not only today, tomorrow will be great rain pouring. Okay, so cloud generated by low pressure area over Bay of Bengal have started reaching the city. So Kolkatans bringing passing monsoon showers. The meteorological office has predicted similar rain spells on Saturday, followed by heavier and more widespread rainfall on Sunday. This low pressure area is said to become more marked and organized in the next 2 days. Hence, for Kolkatans, we can expect a more uniform rain with wider coverage on Saturday. So be ready with your umbrellas and raincoats. We will continue to see a passing monsoon shower on Saturday, and a said regional meteorological center RMC Kolkata head HR Bishwas. Passing monsoon showers are short, localized downpours characteristics of southwest monsoon season. Due to the localized rain pattern, pockets in southern parts of the city got more rain than in north and the central Kolkata. Yeah, we are actually. Now, according to a special IMD bulletin, the low pressure area is now over Northeast Bay of Bengal and its neighborhood, along with an associated cyclonic circulation tilting southwestward with high. Oh my god. This system is to become more marked during the next 2 days. So, under the influence of the above system, heavy to very heavy rainfall is likely to occur over the Bengal between July 3 to July and July 6. Also, thunderstorms and associated activities are very likely to continue over some districts. So be cautious whenever you are getting out of your home, right? Say the special bulletin. So next is really saddening news. Let's see what has been stated here. Hey, there is also another news. We get to know that all the students of RKM and all the admirers of RKM, all the disciples of RKM, Ramakrishna Mission, right? RKM death. Friends recall final hours as family prepares for last rites. Distraught classmates of Diptangshu Mahato, who visited his home on Friday on the eve of his Shraddh ceremony, said he could possibly have been saved had he been hospitalized earlier. Diptangshu fell ill after gulping scalding hot tea just after 7 a.m. but was taken to hospital only 7 hours later after his father reached Ramakrishna Mission Narendrapur campus. তাহলে যে বাচ্চাটা আসলে মরে গেছে, he was reading in Narendrapur campus of RKM, and সেই বাচ্চাটা কিন্তু গরম চা খেয়ে মারা গেছেন। So the resident doctor had called for his immediate hospitalization, but there was no one to take him to a hospital. And how it can be, it can be in such organized institution like Ramakrishna Mission. Say 2 classmates who were present and saw his condition deteriorate. Police have started an investigation. Sources said the cops will collect CCTV footage. They are currently waiting for the autopsy report. It is not expected from this kind of institute. So they said Diptangshu had gulped the tea instead of spitting it out for fear of being reprimanded by housemates. Reprimanded by housemates. Okay. Reprimanded by housemates because the behavior. Now look what the one of his classmates had said. The behavior of the housemates is terrible. Housemates? Oh, I'm so sorry. Housemaster. Housemaster. The behavior of the housemaster is terrible. They resort the assault over minor reasons, which was a major reason why the Tangshu did not reveal what had happened. Recounting the morning's events, another student said Diptangshu was late and had missed the morning tea. When he saw a flask of hot tea meant for the teacher, he was tempted. He unscrewed the cap and instead of taking a sip, he poured the tea directly into his mouth. Though he immediately realized it was scalding hot, he gulped it down instead of spitting it out. Thereafter, he somehow managed to put up a brave face and entered the class, he said. The class lasted about 2 hours. When classmates next saw him, he was visibly uncomfortable. Then said they all alerted the housemasters, but he decided against telling the Maharaj as the latter was in a meeting. Maharaj was in the meeting. 2 students then took Diptangshu to the resident doctors who said it was an emergency and he needed immediate admission with no one to help. The students took him to his room, laid him on the bed and watched his condition worsen. Oh my God. If they would have taken him to nearest hospital or nearest clinic, he might be with us today. So for the last few years, we have noticed the school has become very negligent regarding medical emergencies. They never listen to the students and the level of communication is almost zero, a parent said. Look, so Narendrapur RKM, Ramakrishna Mission, it is actually not expected from this kind of institution because we really look upon these kind of institutions where really upbringing of child is better than any institution. Diptangshu's father broke down while recalling the day. My son was an introvert and he bore the extreme pain he must have felt in silence. When I reached him, Diptangshu was not in a position to speak, but even in that condition, he gave a thumbs up to his friends. There was no one from the school present when I took him to the hospital. I will fight to ensure justice for my son, surely. You should, sir. His cousin Joita Mahato said he was the youngest among all of us, and we all hoped he would become a doctor, but everything is lost now. A senior monk of RKM said the death had left Narendrapur family overwhelmed by grief, sorrow, anger, and self-reproach. Another monk said, despite having all kinds of facilities, medical treatment could not be arranged. There has certainly been some negligence. The mission will start anew correcting its mistakes. Look, RKM is such institution যেটার সাথে এমন একটা মানে বলবো মানুষের নাম জড়িত রয়েছে যিনি হচ্ছেন স্বামী বিবেকানন্দ, যেখানে ডিসিপ্লিনটা আপমোস্ট হয়ে দাঁড়ায় যে অফকোর্স, কিন্তু তার সাথে সাথে যেখানে সহানুভূতিটাও আপমোস্ট হয়ে দাঁড়ায়। তাই টিচারদের স্টুডেন্টদের প্রতি যেমন স্ট্রিক্টনেস থাকা দরকার তেমন সহানুভূতিও থাকা দরকার। ঠিক একজন গুরুর যেমন হওয়া দরকার, সে মা বাবারও ঊর্ধ্বে থাকে, তাই তো? এবার সেখানে গিয়ে জানি না কেন দীপ্তাংশু এরকম ফিল করতে পারেনি, সেফ ফিল করতে পারেনি, আই ডোন্ট ইভেন নো। বাট আমি শুধু এটুকু বলবো যে মহারাজরাও কিন্তু অনেক ভালোভাবে বাবা মায়েদের থেকেও সুন্দরভাবে কথা বলে বোঝান। সেখানে এইভাবে এতটা স্ট্রিক্টনেস রাখা, মহারাজ বলবো না, হাউস মাস্টারদের কিন্তু আমার মনে হয় না উচিত। স্ট্রিক্টনেস অফকোর্স রাখা উচিত, কিন্তু এতটাও স্ট্রিক্ট হয়েও না যে স্টুডেন্টরা তোমার কাছে ওপেন আপই না হতে পারে, রাইট? দ্যাটস ইট। So it was about RKM death, and we will surely look into this matter. মিড ডে মিল পিআইএল হাইকোর্টে রয়েছে, যেখানে ওই পোর্শনের ব্যাপারে স্কিমের ওই ডিম দেওয়ার ব্যাপারটা রয়েছে। এর সাথে সাথে স্টেট ওয়াইজ ফিজ ফর ডিজিটাল ল্যান্ড স্টেট ওয়েবস ফিজ ফর ডিজিটাল ল্যান্ড রেকর্ডের জন্য যে ফিটা লাগে, মিউটেশন বলো হোয়াট এভার, স্টেট সেই ফিটা ওয়েভ করে দিচ্ছে। দ্যাটস আ গুড থিং খাতিয়ানের। সো লেটস লুক ইনটু দিস। তো যারা যারা নতুন খাতিয়ানের মধ্যে মিউটেশন বা রেকর্ড করতে চাইছো, তাদের জন্য একটা সুখবর, স্টেট ওয়েবস ফিজ ফর ডিজিটাল ল্যান্ড রেকর্ড। তুমি যদি ডিজিটালি ল্যান্ড রেকর্ড করো তাহলে সেটা ফ্রি হয়ে যাবে। এতদিন টাকা লাগতো, এখন সেটাও ফ্রি করে দিয়েছে। ফ্রম নাও অন, one can download duplicate digital land records without paying any application fee. Okay, duplicate digital land records. The state government has waived the application fee for obtaining digitally signed land records and plot information online. So, information ta পাওয়ার জন্য কোনো টাকা লাগবে না। We have officially waived the application fees or inquiry charges that the previous government used to collect for obtaining the record of rights, which is Khatian and plot information. You can now download digitally signed copies of these free of cost. No application fees or authentication fees will be required to obtain these digital land records. All landowners across the state, especially farmers, will be directly benefited, CM Shubhendu Adhikari wrote on X handle on Friday. The CM's announcement and subsequent notification by Department of Land and Land Reforms and Refugee and Relief and Rehabilitation came after the state cabinet approved the amendment of rules of Bengal Records Manifest. Okay, let's look into other matters like Hazra side. From Hazra to Exide crossing, 750 encroachers get shift notice. Howrah station, Devraj Pro cops from 6-member SIT বসেছে। তারাতলা কোলাপসে SIT Pro financial trail চলছে। Financial trail. KMC eases curbs for G4 construction, critical safety work in high rises. Now, brain dead man's kidney liver donated. Let's look into this matter. বলছে একজন ব্রেন ডেড ম্যান আছেন, তার কিডনি ডোনেট করা হয়েছে। বলছে দ্য লিভার অ্যান্ড কিডনিজ অফ 73-year-old deceased donor will be transplanted 3 patients at CMRI RN Tigor and Apollo through Friday night to Saturday. This is the year's 6th deceased organ donation. Kosba resident Topon Sarkar suffered intracranial hemorrhage at home, and he was declared brain dead at Ruby on Thursday when doctors saw no hope for revival of the brain stem cell. A medical board declared him brain dead, and said Subhashish Datta, Chief GM Operations at Ruby. Now next, boy drowns while shooting reel. So whatever the serial reeler or serial shot maker, this news is for you guys. Please be cautious while you are shooting for reel, because it may be cause any bad circumstances, or it may be cause this kind of accidents to anyone, to the reeler or to the other. A class 10 student at Shodhpur High School, Kaustav Mandal, drowned in the Hooghly while reportedly shooting a reel of 12 Mandir Ghat in Panihati on Friday. His friend Neel Chandra Das was rescued. Kharda cops and a disaster management team fished out the body. Alas, poor boy. Airport seizure. Oh my goodness. If you can see, let's see this photo. Look, there are many snakes, right? So hundreds of reptiles, including Asian water monitors and exotic species such as Bornean short-tailed python and common green iguanas were seized at airport by customs official on Friday. 49 pig-nosed turtles and 54 African spurred tortoise were also seized. এগুলো নিয়ে যাচ্ছিলিস কোথায় ভাই? Okay, so It's for the awareness of fraud, online fraud. One held from Bihar, three from Picnic Garden for fraud. Kolkata Police cybercrime units carried out two raids, leading to the arrest of four persons from Bihar and Kolkata. The accused were involved in financial and digital fraud rackets, together worth over rupees 2 crore. In the first case, a team from the detective department and Shakespeare Soroni PS arrested a youth, Prashant Singh, 26, from Gaya in Bihar on Friday based on a December 2024 complaint. Singh and his associates operated a network that targeted bank account holders through wishing, a method involving calls to extract data and tricking individuals into installing APK files on their devices. They stole almost 74,33,367 rupees from their targets. In the second raid held by Kosba Corps on the intervening night of the Thursday and Friday on the Picnic Garden road flag, three persons, Lauren Felix, 46, Tiljola, and from Tiljola, and Sayam Akhtar of Beniapukur, 32, and Mohammad Asim, 24, of Kashba were arrested. Cops seized mobiles, laptops, and routers used to defraud US citizens. এখান থেকে বসে বসে ইউএস ভাই এদের কাজ পাও না তোমরা নাও so far even after changing the government these kind of goons have not got any not advisory actually, any warning. Why? Because it's not a strong warning. If they have been given such strong warning, or the security of our state has been increased, so there will be no such newses, right? Look what kind of news is talking about. Goons molest woman on EM bypass, assault hubby. Whoa, what is going on here? A 35-year-old woman returning home with her 39-year-old husband on the later cycle was allegedly molested in the wee hours of Thursday, and her clothes pulled at by two bike-borne men. When her husband tried to object, he was allegedly assaulted. However, passers-by responded to the couple's frantic call for help, leading to accused escaping from the spot. Police has registered an FIR and initiated a probe after the incident was reported on the Eastern Flank Service Road on EM bypass near Mukundapur crossing. The incident was reported around 1 a.m. According to the complaint at Survey Park PS by the survivor's husband, the couple was heading towards Samilani Park, where they would retire for the night, and the husband was riding a cycle while his wife was seated on the rear carrier. As they reached Mukundapur crossing, two men on a bike approached them from behind. The accused suddenly pulled the woman's orna or chunni from behind. When her husband stopped the cycle, the two physically assaulted him, hitting him with slaps and punches. The couple shouted for help, attracting the attention of the passersby, who in turn informed cops on duty. Upon seeing people approach the spot, the two fled from the scene. The complainant's residents of Raidikhi said they had no prior acquaintance with the attackers. Even however, the man claimed that he could identify both brought before him. Cops registered an FIR and charges were framed based on allegations of wrongful restraint and physical assault committed in furtherance of common intention. তো ব্যাপারটা এটাই যে কিছুতেই কিছু ঠিক হচ্ছে না, এখনো পর্যন্ত এরকম রয়েছে। Rape bit. NGO workers. Cops rescue mentally unstable teen. A mentally challenged teenager, a girl, was allegedly subjected to attempt rape on BT Road in Baranagar in the early hours of Friday. Though the girl was rescued through prompt intervention of two social workers with help of police, the two accused are still absconding. The police said shifted the woman to the government-run shelter home. According to the locals, the incident took place around 3 a.m. near the Ananya bus stop in front of a closed petrol pump. I heard a woman screaming in the early hours of Friday. As soon as I unlocked my door and came outside, I saw two men struggling with the girl. It was clear that they were trying to sexually assault her. I raised an alarm. My colleague Sangram Basu also rushed out. By the time we reached them, the two fled. Had more locals responded, the accused might have been caught, social worker Nisha Bose said. After being informed, Baranagar police rescued the girl and took her to the PS. She is a local resident. Earlier, too, police had rescued her twice and reunited her with her family, a senior officer of Barakpur Commissionerate said. Members of Baghini House of Pause organization, Nisha and Songram also tried to collect CCTV footage. Baranagar MLA Sajal Ghosh lauded the effort of these rescuers. সো যেটা বুঝলাম আশেপাশের লোকেরা কিন্তু আরেকটু সচেতন হলে এরকম কাজগুলো কমানো সম্ভব, কারণ একটু আগে যে সোশ্যাল ওয়ার্কার সে বলছে দেখো, বলছে হ্যাড মোর লোকালস রেসপন্ড, যদি আরো লোকালরা রেসপন্ড করতো ওর আওয়াজে, তাহলে কিন্তু তখন ওই দুটো বদমাশকে ধরা সম্ভব ছিল। সো ইট ওয়াজ অ্যাবাউট the bad and good news of good and bad news of today. Howrah station get new transfer. আচ্ছা, হাওড়া স্টেশন এখন আরো দুটো নতুন প্ল্যাটফর্ম পেলো। ওকে, দেন হোয়াট ইজ দ্য নেক্সট আর কি আছে, নেক্সট পড়ার মতন কি আছে? Look, no one is being shielded in Ayodhya donation case. এদিক দিয়ে আমরা ডোনেশন দিয়ে থাকবো ঠাকুরের কাছে, আর আরেক দিক দিয়ে লোকের পেট পকেট ভরবে, এটা তো হতে পারে না। Bengaluru. Okay. Look, we have talked about the affordability of Kolkata rather than other cities, and it is the second affordable city in our country, right? Now, affordable কেন দেখো, Bengaluru, Chandigarh, Delhi top average income report says 6 cities drive 46% of consumption. Bengaluru, Chandigarh and Delhi have the highest average income in the country, while Chandigarh, Thiruvananthapuram and Vadodara top the charts on average household spend. Report by data outfit price, the Tata Sons accessed exclusively by TOI. কি বলছে এখানে দেখাচ্ছে who saves and who spends. অ্যাকচুয়ালি যখন দেখা যাচ্ছে টপ ইনকাম কাদের মধ্যে আছে, বেঙ্গালুরু দেখা যাচ্ছে যে পার অ্যাভারেজ হাউস হোল্ড ইনকাম হচ্ছে 28 লাখ, অলমোস্ট 29 লাখ। চণ্ডীগড়েরও তাই, অলমোস্ট 29 লাখ, বাট লেসার দেন বেঙ্গালুরু। দিল্লির হচ্ছে অলমোস্ট 26 লাখ, বদোদরার 25.7 লাখ, মুম্বাইয়ের 24.2, পুনে 24, তিরুবনন্তপুরম 23 লাখ, 23.2, Surat 22.2, Hyderabad 21.2, Coimbatore 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. And look, Kolkata has not made a hard place in this first 10. So Kolkata পায় না। এবার দেখছি কি হলো, so Chandigarh leads on consumption expenditure per household, সেখানে এক্সপেন্ডিচারেও আমরা পিছনে, আয়তেও আমরা পিছনে। কলকাতা স্পেসিফিক্যালি, Chandigarh 19.3 lakh. So as such, they are saving almost 9 lakhs because they are earning almost 28.3 lakh per household. Tiruvananthapuram 17.6 lakh. On an average, their per household is earning 23.2 lakh. So almost 6 lakh, almost 6 lakh. Vadodara 17.5, যেখানে Vadodara spending, so they are almost saving 8 lakh. Tripur has not made its place in the first 10, but it has in earning, but spending it has made the fourth position. It spends almost 17.1 lakh. Surat is spending 15.5 lakh while it is actually earning 22.2 lakh on the basis of average household income, right? And so কত অলমোস্ট 7 লাখ মতন এরাও জমাচ্ছে। বেঙ্গালুরু, so Bengaluru is the first to like on an average it is earning almost 28.33 lakhs, so almost 28.5 lakhs। তো সেখানে দেখা যাচ্ছে যে বেঙ্গালুরু স্পেন্ড করছে 15, so oh my god they are almost saving 13 lakhs on 13 lakhs and more। পুনে করছে 15, so ওখানে 24 লাখ টাকা ইনকাম ছিল ওদের, and it was in the 6th position in earning, and here in spending they are in the 7th position and they are almost saving 9 lakhs। Delhi, they what's a 14.9 and they are in the 3rd position in earning, and they were earning on an average household income was 25.9, so almost 11 lakh they are saving। Amritsar is 14.8 and Amritsar has not made its place in the first 10 in the household income। তো আহমেদাবাদ 14th রয়েছে, 14 ইনকাম করছে এবং সেটাও কিন্তু ফার্স্ট 10-এর মধ্যে জায়গা করে নিতে পারেনি। ওয়ের লুক স্পেন্ডিং এ এটা 14 লাখ টাকা স্পেন্ড করছে। তো এটাও কিন্তু আহমেদাবাদ as well as Kolkata, they have not made their place in the first 10 on the list where Bengaluru tops on the household income। তো সেই হাউসহোল্ড ইনকাম, অ্যাভারেজ হাউসহোল্ড ইনকামের অ্যাকর্ডিং টু 25 to 26 অ্যাসেসমেন্ট ইয়ারে যখন দেখা যাচ্ছে, অ্যাসেসমেন্ট ইয়ারে ফাইন্যান্সিয়াল ইয়ারে আমরা দেখলাম যে বেঙ্গালুরু কিন্তু টপ করেছে, যেখানে আহমেদাবাদ which is actually affordable in home buying যে লিস্টে মোস্ট অ্যাফোর্ডেবল, দেন দ্য সেকেন্ড মোস্ট অ্যাফোর্ডেবল হচ্ছে কলকাতা, বাট এরা কিন্তু অত আর্ন করতে পারছে না। লোক আর্ন করবে কি করে, এখানে সেই সিচুয়েশনটাই নেই। তো উই হ্যাভ টু মেক ইট মোর লাইক আর্নিং আগে বেশি করে বানাতে হবে, তারপর না আমি অ্যাফোর্ডেবিলিটির কথা ভাববো। So what's on next? Let's see if something. AI boom lifts industrial engineers pay packages. Okay, so look, yes, AI can take your jobs away, but whoever is actually using AI cleverly and using it as a tool, they are actually able to increase their pay package. After being AI master, of course, Bengal plans 35% subsidy for cold storage pack houses. Okay, loan growth speeds up in Q1, deposits still lag. Nearly 500 cities said to become next eco hub. Okay, according to the financial minister Nirmala Sitharaman। ফ্যাক্টরি ফ্লোর ইমার্জেস অ্যাজ নিউ সাইবার ব্যাটলগ্রাউন্ড। নতুন সাইবার ব্যাটলগ্রাউন্ডের চেক পয়েন্টগুলো বলে দিচ্ছি। সাইবার অ্যাটাকস হিট এমএফজি পুশ, threats to India plans and industrial control system are rising sharply, including AI powered attacks. Many attacks are being with basic gaps, integration of internet, robotics, MES systems, real-time monitoring and AI drives operations exposes legacy assets to vulnerabilities. অফকোর্স যখন সব কিছুই অনলাইনে হবে তাহলে তো মানে আমরা ভালনারেবল হয়ে যাব না। সাইবার সেক decisions should move from IT realm to the boardroom, then alleged breach of industrial IPs of global OEMs undermines Indian accords. Okay, so SAP tightens hiring, travel and investment in the AI Zoom. So please be aware, please be educated in AI section, how to use AI as your tool, because then only you will be um, gaining your pay package rather than losing your job, right? Now, let's see what is in the goal rush. So we know there is happening the World Cup, FIFA World Cup cholche, right? So what is the last good thing? So the agony, a dream came alive like Orlando Gill, Paraguay, Yonovisa, DR Congo, Edin Dzeko, Bosnia, তারপর রোমেলু লুকাকু, বেলজিয়াম, সাডিও মেন্স, সেনেগাল, এরা কিন্তু সবাই অনেক ছোট ছোট গ্রাম, অনেক মানে একদম পিছিয়ে পড়া ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ড থেকে এসে কিন্তু তারা ফুটবল খেলছে ফিফায়। তো হ্যাটস আপ টু দেম। Canada beat extend dream run. Joko digs deep to make last 16, and it is not about something like football, but of course, Wimbledon, badminton, tennis, Samson and Tilak under scanner. So it is about the cricket, of course. Now the last dance. The last dance of whom? VAR decided the Portugal-Croatia tie. But it was also one where Cristiano and Modric dwelled one final time, because then Modric is now retired. When Josko Vardiol thought he had rescued Croatia with a dramatic stoppage time equalizer against Portugal, celebrations erupted. Moments later, VAR intervened. The goal was flagged offside after Trionda match balls embedded chip detected the slightest touch from the Igor Matanovic in the build-up. So the decision once again thrust connected ball technology into the spotlight. TOI looks at how it worked. Too much text, right? And too much text কিন্তু একদম precisely কাজও করে। So আমরা যেটা দেখলাম, Cristiano Ronaldo is saying, "Wait for me," and consoles Luka Modric after the RD of 32 clash in Toronto. So last day it was a match between Portugal and Croatia, and Portugal has scored 2 and beaten Croatia by the 2-1 margin, right? So this is the 4th comeback win in the knockout stages of this World Cup 2026, the most in a single tournament since 1970. The only World Cup edition with more comeback KO stage wins in 1934, 6 such wins. Interestingly, this was Portugal's first comeback win at knockout stage game since 1966 versus North Korea. Okay, so Spain last day যাদের মানে তাদের জন্য খুব ভালো দিন ছিল, যারা পর্তুগালকে সাপোর্ট করছিল বা করছে তাদের জন্য। Luka Skywalker supreme for Croatia. Okay, versatile Manzambi chart Switzerland success story. Spain delivered knockout masterclass. Michael shines. And goalkeeper Simon has the longest shutout streak in the World Cup history. Now deciding the touch. Wow, become it too much. I would suggest you to read out this part of the Times of India if you are a goal enthusiast or a football enthusiast. That was today's news reading. Thank you for being with me. I will be reading the spiritual part of the speaking tree department of Times of India very soon, and I will surely sort out few stories from the older and the newer newspaper, surely. Bye bye. That's all for today. That's all for this morning. And short, I will surely tell you to be happy, be healthy enough, and be safer, and create a safety circle around you, so that your near and dear ones can feel safe around you, feel free around you, and that's how we can create a better society. Okay, whatever Please remember, I'll be reading this kind of I will be reading the newspapers on the following mornings. In every morning I will try to read, and I'll surely make it a routine in front of you guys, so that the heap of newspapers will not be unread, but of course attempted, and I will be not thrown out of my house by my mother. And of course the reading will surely help me, and this reading will I think it will help you to listen to the English and understand, because whenever someone is actually reading and who is actually trying to speak or learn English, the better thing is to listen to English, right? That's it for today. Bye bye. Have a nice day, great day.